The Snaptite assembly system locks end channels to wall sheets without the need for tools or fasteners. To assemble each panel, the perimeter channels are secured to the top and bottom of each sheet. Gently tap the channel over the Snaptite lugs and work your way along the sheet. Each channel should be fit to the center of each sheet. Simply tap the channel along until it's aligned. We're going to join our spliced channels now. Basically, we're just joining a pair of channels together to make a longer one. There are three parts: a left channel, a right channel, and the joiner. Looking at the part numbers, you'll see that the left channel has the letter L and the right channel has the letter R at the end of the part number. There are also printed arrows pointing to the end of the channel that needs to be joined. The joiner, called a CSJ, needs to be put in the right way to match the channel. Make sure that you've got the long sides matched up. Place the CSJ centered on the end and press in as shown until you hear it click. Repeat this with the other side and then make sure that both halves are butted up against one another. Do this for the rest of the spliced channels in the pack before beginning construction. Let's get started with the rear panel. To construct the rear panel, we're going to need one 55B channel, one 81B channel, two 262 sheets, and two 263 sheets. The part numbers are printed onto the parts for easy identification. Lay out your sheets so the two 263 sheets are on the inside and the two 262 sheets are to the outside. Overlap the sheets so that they sit flush top and bottom and the pre-punched holes along the edges are aligned. Once aligned, use 9 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten all the sheets together. Now that your screws are in, take the 55B channel and attach it to the top of the sheets using the Snaptite method. The channel will need to have the short side facing towards the outside of the panel. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the channel and the CSJ. Repeat the process for the channel 81B, attaching it to the bottom of our sheets. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the channel and the CSJ. This completes the rear wall assembly. Let's do the left side panel assembly. We'll need one 61D channel, one 81E channel, one 260R sheet, and one 261R sheet. To start, orientate your sheets so that the pre-punched holes in the edge are aligned and overlapping. Once these holes are aligned, use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the sheets together. Next, get the 61D channel and attach it to the top of your sheets using the Snaptite method. Make sure the short side of the channel is facing the outside. Repeat the process for the bottom using the 81E channel. This will complete our left side panel. Let's do the right side panel assembly. We'll need one 61D channel, one 81E channel, one 260L sheet, and the 261L sheet. To start, orientate your sheets so that the pre-punched holes in the edge are aligned and overlapping. Once these holes are aligned, use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the sheets together. Next, get the 61D channel and attach it to the top of your sheets using the Snaptite method. Make sure the short side of the channel is facing the outside. Repeat the process for the bottom using the 81E channel. That completes our right side panel. Let's do the roof panel assembly. To construct the roof panel, we're going to need 2 of the 81A channels, 2 of the 88J lips, and 4 of the 43S sheets. Align your 4 sheets so that the pre-punched holes on the long edge are lined up with the other sheets. Overlap the sheets by 1 rib and make sure that all the holes are aligned. Use 12 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the 4 sheets together. We're going to attach one of our 81A channels to the top of our joined sheets using the Snaptite method. Don't forget to keep the short edge of the channel facing towards the outside of the sheets. Fasten the channel in CSJ with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws, screwing them into the pre-punched holes in the underside of the channel. Take the other 81A channel and repeat the process for the bottom of the sheets. Fasten the channel in CSJ with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws, screwing them into the pre-punched holes in the underside of the channel. We'll attach our lips now. Get one of the 88J lips and this will go on the short edge of the sheet. Place the lip under the top of the channels and align it with the pre-punched holes. Fasten the lip to the sheet using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat the process for the remaining lip, aligning it under the channels at the other end of the sheet. Fasten using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. This will complete our roof panel assembly. Let's construct the right door panel. To make the right door panel, we'll need one 12A door plate, one pad bolt, one 58A channel, one 58B channel, two 58C channels, two 91A jambs, and the door B sheet. To start, note the orientation of the sheet. We have our holes for the door plate on the left. Take the 58B channel and place it over the edge of the sheet which has the holes for the door plate. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure this channel to the sheet. Take the 58A channel and place it on the other side of the sheet, making sure that the hinges can extend upwards towards the outside of the door. Use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten this channel to the panel. Take the 58C channel and use the Snaptite method to attach it to the top of the sheet. This channel will go over the top of the sheet and over the front edges of the 58A and 58B channels. Use a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Repeat this process with the other 58C channel, but on the bottom of the sheet. Again, using a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Next, we'll attach the door plate and pad bolt. Position the door plate on the pre-punched holes midway up the sheet. Fasten it using a 10mm self-tapping screw. Next, take the pad bolt and position as shown. Fix using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws and finish off with a final 10mm self-tapping screw. Flip the door panel over. Take one of the 91A jams and place it over the diagonal row of pre-punched holes, sliding one face into the corner of the panel. Fasten one 10mm self-tapping screw through the sheet and into the jam. Use two 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the top corner channels. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw to fasten the other end of the jam to the sheet. Now do the same for the other 91A jam, sliding it into the corner and lining it with the pre-punched holes. Secure the end of the jam and two bottom corner channels using three 10mm self-tapping screws. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw in the other end of the jam. Flip the door back over and finish securing the braces with 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. This completes our right door panel assembly. Let's work on the front panel. To construct the front panel, we'll need 156A channel, 156B channel, 179B channel, 189A jam, 189B jam, 190B jam, 130A sheet, 132A sheet, and 133A sheet. Lay out the sheets in the following order: the 30A sheet on the far left, then the 33A sheet, leave a space for the door, and then lastly put the 32A sheet all the way to the right. Overlap the 30A and 33A sheets by one rib, checking that they're flush top and bottom, and then securing with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 89B jam and place it over the side of the left 33A sheet. Secure the jam to the sheet using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat the process for the 89A jam, placing it over the left edge of the 32A sheet. Secure the jam to the sheet using 2 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 56A channel and attach it to the top of the sheets using the Snaptite method. Make sure that the short side of the channel faces the outside of the panel. Line up the outer hole in the 56A channel with the hole in the end of the 89A jam. Repeat this for the other end of the 56A channel, attaching it to the top of the other sheets and aligning the outer hole in the 89B jam. Take the 56B channel and attach it to the bottom of the sheets, ensuring that the holes align with the two jams. Secure the jambs and channels using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 90B jamb and slide it into the channel at the top of the doorway. The notches on the jamb will slide over the 2 jambs in the doorway. Take the 79B channel and slide it into the bottom of the doorway. Secure it using 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Now the front panel is complete, take the door panel with the door B sheet and lay it over the right side of the panel in the open position. You'll need to take a 3mm drill bit and drill out these holes in the jamb. This stops the sheet from blocking the rivet. Line up the holes in the hinges with the holes in the jamb and secure with 6 pop rivets. That completes our front panel assembly. It's time for the final assembly. Stand up the rear panel or get a friend to hold it. We'll start by attaching the right side panel. Slide the top and bottom channels of the right side panel into the notches in the rear panel. Once the pre-punched holes are lined in the sheeting, fasten using 5 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat the process for the left side panel, making sure that the holes in the sheeting align. Once aligned, fasten the sheet using 5 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Now we'll attach the front panel. Align the front panel with the left panel. Slot the channels together, making sure that the holes line up in the sheets. Once aligned, fasten the sheets together using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat the process for the right side, aligning the panels, then fastening with 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Make sure your shed is all squared up and all the panels are secured. Place the roof panel over the shed. The lips for the roof will need to hang over the sides of the walls. Starting from the corner of the roof, secure the roof and front panel using 8 of the 10mm self-tapping screws in the row of pre-punched holes. Now work along the back row, securing the rear panel to the roof with 8 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Secure the lip to the side wall using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat this process for the other lip, securing with 4 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Next, we'll attach the pad bolt hasp. Place the hasp over the pad bolt shaft. Use a 3mm drill bit to drill out the top hole of the hasp. Secure the top hole using a 10mm self-tapping screw. Repeat the process for the bottom hole, drill out and secure with a 10mm self-tapping screw. Firstly, position the shed onto the slab, making sure the walls are squared up and it's centered. Take your angle brackets and lay them out in the positions as shown, spacing them equally along each wall. Using these brackets as a template, go around and carefully mark where the holes are on the slab and on the wall. Drill 3mm pilot holes in the wall centered on these marks. Now switch out to the 10mm drill bit and drill through these pilot holes. Next, take your hammer drill and insert the 10mm masonry drill bit. Drill down through the marks we made earlier. Be sure to go down deep enough for the height of the dynabolt. From the outside of the shed, take the 10mm bolt and poke it inside. You may need a friend to hold it there. Align the angle bracket with the bolt and then tighten the nut by hand. Tighten it further using the shifting spanner. Put the dynabolt through the bracket and into the hole in the slab. Tighten this nut on the dynabolt with the shifting spanner. Now that this has been done at all positions, the structure is anchored. Now the shed is complete, any leftover holes can be finished off with a screw.